Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Audrey and today we are playing on my island of Pawview, and if you've never heard of Pawview before, it was my hard mode island. Now it's kind of a medium mode island. That's what Peyton's Corner calls it. So I'm just going to yank that from her. This is my medium mode island, but if you don't know what hard mode is, it is a challenge created by Pat, also known as Nintendo Talk, here on YouTube, and it's basically just Animal Crossing, but with a ton of extra rules, and it's medium mode for me because I only kind of follow the rules. And before we get started, there is a list of things that you have to do every day as a part of hard mode. It is a daily checklist, and for old time's sake, let's go ahead and do our dailies. So I did my 2x Nook Miles goals, I did my daily stretching, I watered my crops, I didn't do my NPC quests, so sorry. I bought something from Nook's Cranny and Abel's sister, and I got my fortune told from Katrina. Hey everybody, so basically when I was recording this video, all of the audio kind of got cut out. I know. So you're gonna have to deal with the voice over me. I'm so sorry. I know she's not ideal, but you know, this is where we're going. So basically with this video, I made a kind of essentially 3 builds in one go. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to move this river over to the left a bit because it was cramping my style. I wanted this meadow to be a bit bigger, and I also had no use for the little patch of land next to the farm, so I thought, oh, why don't we just move it over? And I also end up decorating the neighborhood back here. I have to clear out all of this stuff. And then I'm going to make like a little walkway up to these little villager homes. I'm not going to change them for this neighborhood. This little walkway could be shorter that I'm going to have to end up making, but these homes are already here. They're already kind of cute. And do you know how annoying it is to move homes? It's pretty annoying. So we're just going to ignore that. We're just going to leave it how it is. We're going to make just a big old walkway, and we're going to spruce this up a bit, and there's going to be a lot going on. So before that, I got to clear this out so I can build. So let's go ahead and start clearing her out. Shep, he was so cute, and he was kind of in the way the entire time. I felt so bad. I had to like push him over a couple times, and I didn't want to hurt his little feelings. And I know he's just pixels on a screen, but he's real to me, okay? He's real to me. I love him, and I feel like I must have hurt his feelings by acting like he was in the way. But it is also his fault for being in the way. So sorry, Shep, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to make this island beautiful. I don't see him putting in any work to make the island beautiful other than just his presence. So anyways, I just kind of moved this river over. I kind of wanted to make it a little bit bendy and windy so it looked natural, and I didn't want it to just be a straight line. That's kind of boring if you ask me. I also leave all the sharp corners so I can go and round them out at the end like I'm doing here. Oh, it's just so satisfying. And Shep was in the way, so I had to go all the way around. But look at this. Look at just how satisfying and wonderful this is. Wow. Look at that. Sorry, Shep. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, look at that. And now the river is a lot more manageable. And we have this empty space up here so we can extend the meadow out a little bit. But before we get to decorating that, I gotta clear. Look at all this, all these trees, all these flowers. There's a rock. We gotta get rid of her. She's gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So let's get ready to clear her out. I love watching my little character move in rapid speed. All this manual labor just makes my back hurt, like looking at it. Like, look at her go. I could never. I'd be tired after digging up one tree because truly, who would not be tired after digging up a tree and then shoving it in my pocket? You know what I'm saying? These villagers are honestly amazing. I never even thought about it till just now, what they can do. It's great. Also, that museum right there is totally in the way, but for the sake of this, we're going to ignore it. Thanks. Okay, so now that this is totally cleared out, I'm going to kick out all of these holes because they're an eyesore. I mean, ew, look at them. And while I was kicking up all of these holes, I realized that there's a little pond right here. You see her? she's got to go. She's not meant to be here. If I want a pawn there later, I'll put a pawn there later. But for now, this is not her place. She may find a spot, a different place, a different day, but today is not the day. All right, now the next thing I wanted to do was to make a path that connects these homes to that little path down there. So the first thing I did was make like little, I don't want to say driveways, like a little patio walkway entry. I'm making little, entries for these villagers, so their homes look very homey and they have like a cute little front yard situation. And watching myself put down codes is crazy because I am so sporadic about it. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to work over here and then I'm going to work over here. I don't know why I just don't do the whole thing in one go. But, that's me. That's how I work, baby. I don't even know what I'm getting at. And now I'm going to go ahead and make the makings of like a little cul-de-sac here. And I'm just using this little dirt path that I made. And I am going to make like a plaza in the middle, I guess is a word that I'm going to use for that. Yeah, a plaza. There's like a hole in the middle of the path and I'm going to put like a fountain there and it's going to be adorable. And this was a struggle because I wanted the path to be like nice and like thick and, easy to walk around, and I wanted you to have a good amount of path on both sides. But I realized I was making it like too thick at one point, so I thinned it out, and then I made this little plaza area way too big, so then I had to make it little, and it was just a whole struggle. Let me tell you. I don't think people understand how hard Animal Crossing is sometimes. Like, sometimes you're trying to make a plaza, and it is just not turning out the way you want it to. I was also tempted to make all new dirt paths because I didn't like how square that was. I wanted it to be more circular, but I realized that was a lot of work that I would have to put in for just this one little area, and I didn't feel like doing that. So instead, I just dealt with the square. And I'm just connecting this path all the way down to the meadow area, and you'll notice that there is a ton of empty space on either side of me. And I'm going to terraform a little walkway up to there so it's not just a big old load of empty space. And so basically this meadow, that neighborhood, and then all the terraforming I'm going to do, it's like 3 builds that I did in one sitting. This was a large chunk of my life that you guys are witnessing, very sped up. So be happy that you don't have to sit here and watch it real time like I did. And here it is. It is fully complete. It is quite cute, if you ask me. I love the way the path looks. It's so cute, in my opinion. I'm not sitting here saying that my code is the best version of the path, but the path looks good either way. So now I'm going to make little cliffs that make a walkway going up. I originally was going to make cliffs going on the left side, but I realized that that's just a ton of empty space that I could make into something. But on this right side, it was so skinny, I didn't really know what I could put there other than a walkway. I could extend the meadow a little bit more, but that just felt like a lot of meadow. I don't want to be just a one-trick pony, a one meadow Andy. I need to have a lot going on here. So I terraformed this up. And I am not the best at waterscaping or terraforming. I usually choose to do it the least amount possible because it's time consuming, and because of that, I'm mediocre at it. So if you think I did a bad job, don't let me know because it will hurt my feelings. Anyways, I just terraformed around this to make it feel a little bit more enclosed, and I like the dimension of the terraforming. I am really glad they put this in the new Animal Crossing. And I'm just terraforming it up. I don't know what's gonna go anywhere. Like, there's that big space right there. I don't know what's gonna go in that big space. If you have an idea for a build that could fit right there, please let me know. I would love to know. And I also terraformed up. I liked the idea of having a bunch of dimension. So I put something up on the, the 3rd level? On the 3rd level. I terraformed up there. and I will be decorating all along that, which was, you know, quite the thing. But look at my little character go. I wish I could do this in real life. Like, I wish I could just build cliffs out of nothing. All I needed to do was wear like a little hard hat, and then all of a sudden I'm a construction lady. You know? This would be nice too, to just live in a community where I have complete and full control over what it looks like. However, I am lazy, which is why I decorate in video games and not in real life. But, you know, it is what it is. So I have finished the terraforming. Here's a look at it. I think it is pretty decent for someone who chooses not to terraform. And I made it cute, I feel. And I will be decorating it. Let me tell you about the decorating in this game. If you thought I was sporadic about my paths, I am even more sporadic about the decorating. Oh, actually, first, before I did that, I added a bunch of trees. I feel like trees and flowers just really make the game come to life a little bit more. I don't know, it just feels a lot more woodlandy. And speaking of that, I did do this on April 10th, so there was cherry blossoms, which are very cute. But I'm trying to go for like a little cottagecore theme. Oh, here I am decorating. I was so sporadic about this. 1 second, I'm decorating the cliff. 1 second, I'm decorating the neighborhood. Another second, I'm decorating the meadow. I was all over the place. I was going for it. You know, nobody could have stopped me. I just wanted the whole thing to be cute and decorated. But I do want this island to be a little bit more cottagecore, and I do know that the cherry blossom trees really made it look more fairycore than cottagecore, and I think just the colorways of everything is what's throwing me off, because that meadow, I just chose yellow and what's the color? Yellow and white flowers, because I like yellow and white flowers and I thought it would look cute, but it looks so springcore. It looks so out of place from what I want. So I'm probably going to end up changing that. And same with a lot of these items. I think if the colors were just changed to more neutral tones or a little bit darker tones, I think it would work better. So I think at some point I'm going to go in and change the colorways of everything. The reason why I haven't really been doing that is because I've been playing hard mode. And if you know anything about hard mode, is you know there's a ton of rules. And just collecting items in the first place is so difficult in hard mode that worrying about the colorway, couldn't be me. I absolutely could not be doing that. So I don't know what flowers to make the flowers in the meadow though. I feel like yellow maybe is what's throwing me off, or maybe I could use flowers that are a little bit of a more of a muted yellow and more of a muted white, if that makes any sense. Like the white tulips are just a little bit more muted, and same with the mums. I think it's just the cosmos that are throwing me off, but the cosmos are one of my favorite flowers, so I'd be so sad to change it. I'm not sure. I also struggled in this little area to put things down because the flowers, having to move flowers is the worst because you have to dig them up and it takes forever. If I just could pick them up like any other item, life would be so much easier, and I totally get why I can't do that, but I was frustrated with it. But I do think I am going to go in, maybe when the island's finished, and just change the colorways of everything so it looks more cottagecore-y. I've never done cottagecore before. I've only had one island before this. It was my island I've had since 2020, and it was it's like a Japanese anime theme. If you go back early enough on my channel, you'll see it. It's called Komorebi. I do want to actually finish it. I've never fully finished the island. I'll like start something and then kind of get sick of it. So it's been through many iterations. So maybe one day I'll go back and finish that island after Pawview is completely decorated. But like this area ended up looking really fairycore to me. So I have areas that are springcore, I have areas that are cottagecore, and I have areas that are fairycore. And I know all of them are just kind of iterations of cottagecore, but with different colorways. And I do know for a fact that the pink flowers had to be the cherry blossom trees had to be throwing me off. So if I change the colorways. I think also the spring grass might be throwing me off because it's so bright green. So if I change the colorways of everything, I think it won't give the spring core vibe, because the vines, although they look very fairy core, I feel like they're also kind of cottage core. So that's something for me to do. If you have any advice on how to stick to cottage core, if you've done cottage core before, let me know. I think it is such a cute theme. And I would love to explore more themes. And I guess with this island, I'm exploring every theme, is what it feels like, because it's hard mode. Parts of it feels very normcore. It feels like I can't super commit to a theme, even though I want to. Also, look at me struggle with this one singular picnic blanket. Like, come on, girl. It's okay. You can do this. But I love little picnics. I love the, little items. I just think I have to maybe make everything a little bit more muted or a little bit darker to make it more cottagecore rather than spring core / fairy core / I don't even know what. I feel like I'm saying core too many times. But that is quite all right. I also was trying really hard to make it so if people wanted to come up here and check out the picnic, they could, but they also couldn't sneak around to other places. I really want the path to be very intentional on this item. I don't want people on this island. I don't want people to stray away from the path. I want them to go the way I want them to go. Now, I know when people are, touring an island, they're going to do what they're going to do, but I feel like a lot of times the islands that I really like when I tour them as dream addresses, I really like them when there's so much intentionality in the path that I feel like I'm not getting lost, and you'll go around the whole island and you'll end up right back at the front where you started. I love that. I think that's so great. I think that's the best way to build an island. I think it just flows better. I think it's easier to navigate when you have people over, when there's a very specific path. Because when you're on your own island, you're like, oh, this is easy to navigate. Why doesn't anybody know this? So that's kind of my intention. And I really struggled with those party lights right there. Look at this. They were so annoying. And for what? I mean, they're like the cutest item in the game, so I'm not going to be that complaining about it. And then I kind of finished everything off, and here we are at the end. So here is the meadow completed. It is so much better when it's all kind of pushed out more on the left like this. So I love this. I kind of did 3 builds in one sitting. This was like 5 hours of my life. So I would appreciate it if you liked the video, if you liked it. And here is the little walkway. Now the left side where there's that big stretch of land is completely empty. But, give me an idea for what I should build over there, because I'm really not sure. And then we have the little neighborhood, and I think the neighborhood ended up so cute. I love this. It's all very blue and very cute. We have some laundry, some tea, and some sewing. And this little fountain here with the little, coin that you tossed in the fountain. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said before, if you have an idea for this big old patch of land right here, what do you think I should build here? Something cute, something that fits. And if you have any advice about cottagecore, let me know. Let me know what your favorite theme is as well. Maybe I'm overwhelming you guys with too many questions, but that's okay. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like it. And if you want to see more of me decorating on PawView, I would subscribe so you can be notified anytime I make a video. And I will see y'all next time.